Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mary.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
That's good.
Hi, Flo.
No.
Hello, Ian. Thanks for joining us.
Sit.
Hello.
ما بدي هاي.
I see a few new names. I see Hazel and I see Ian and I see Luke. Welcome, guys.
Hi, Mari, okay?
Yeah, Fleur, how are you?
Not too bad.
That's good. Okay, so should we wait and see if there's somebody else that will be joining, or can we start?
I think we can start, Mari, and then if they want to join,
I'll
they'll
just
join
let
at
them
a
in.
later stage.
Yeah.
Yes. Or close the
I'll
door.
Yeah. I can close the door. That's the nice part of
Open
the.
the door from there.
Yeah,
Zoom.
it's we have to have the waiting room so there's no hackers and people that can just join in and do weird
Exactly.
things.
True.
We have to be a little bit safer. All right. So last week we went through the machine manager, and I want to today go through some of the machine analysis reports. As there's no, I haven't done training videos on the machine analysis reports yet. So I thought that might be something cool that you would not have seen on the training site. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Okay, tell me if you cannot see my screen, please.
Yes, I can see it perfectly.
Okay, 100%. Everyone else, I'll give you 10 seconds.
I can see it as well.
Okay, great. Okay, so in the reports module, okay. Oh, Matthew. Hello, Matt. Okay. All right. So what I want to look at today is the machine analysis reports. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them. We will not have enough time to go through all of them in the 30 to 40 minutes that we allowed on a free Zoom call. So I've opened up a few that I want to show you. Now, the first one that I want to show you is the one here at the bottom that says the top bottom machines. Now, Ian, I know you are in here and you can jump in anytime. Ian is one of our slots manager guys at one of our casinos, and he looks at these reports on a daily basis. So Ian, anytime if you want to jump in, just feel free to jump in. And if anyone has got any questions, feel free to stop me and ask. Okay, so if we have a look at the top bottom machines, slots managers or slots people want to see what is their top performing machines, maybe the top 5 or the top 10 or the top 50, so they can see how the performance is going for the machines. So when we open up the report, you'll see that there is 6 sub-reports. Now, the first one is to see the bottom X, the N, which is what you've selected when you actually ran the report. So if we say top 50, it will show it to us by the top 50. So when we run the report, it will open up next to the main report. It will now open up that sub-report that we've clicked on, and it will give us the breakdown by denomination and then by handle. So the lowest machines, so you can see which ones are not performing by denomination. Now to run the other reports, we go back to the main report and we can just purely go and click on the next one and it will open it up. So we can see the bottom machines by revenue, then the bottom machines by handle. So all of this is just basically seeing the information just in a different way. So by handle, by denomination, and things like that. Now you also want to see your top performing machines. And you also want to see the busiest machines. So the machines getting more handle is your busier machines. And lastly, we want to see by denomination which ones are our top performers. Any questions on the top and bottom machines? Alrighty, I see a lot of muted microphones, so I'll go to the next one. So the next one in my list is the one for the test play sessions. Now in the ACE, to test a slot machine, we have, one more person joining. So we have a functionality in ACE where we can use a maintenance card or what we call a test card that we can go and use and play on a machine to make sure that the machine is working correctly, that the money is transferring to the machine correctly, and that you can cash out correctly, and just to play a few games to see that all the meters are moving correctly. So for analysis purposes, we want to see on which machines the staff have been testing, and we can see on the gaming day, we can see the machine that was test played, the card number, the exact start and end time for the test play session, we can see the transfer value, and we can see what was cashed out. And then we can also see that the cashless meters moved correctly. If it was not moving correctly, the technical team will then start investigating, or the slot staff will start investigating and possibly getting the support people involved. And that is our test play sessions. Now, if we go to the next one in my list is test play. So instead of just showing the individual test play sessions, we just give you a summary per machine, per gaming day of the test play that was generated. So how much they actually played, and from the test play, the win-loss. So the win that needs to be deducted from the machine's revenue when we do our revenue calculations. The next one in the list is our slots revenue analysis with voucher play. Now, I don't know if all of you know, but test play is money that you play from your voucher purse. Now, what can go into the voucher purse, and how do we get funds in the voucher purse? Firstly, a customer is given a voucher that is then redeemed at the cash desk, and that value goes to the voucher purse on the card. Then a customer could also have points that is flagged, or that is that they can use for cashbacks. And what is a cashback? Cashback is when you convert those points into money that you can play at the machine. And that transaction, when we do that conversion, the money goes into the voucher purse. Now, something to remember for a voucher purse, you cannot cash out that money at the cash desk. So you can't get physical cash. You can only play with that money on a slot machine. Now, when we look at our reports for revenue purposes, we deduct things that is not real money. It's money that we used as a promotion to reward the customers. So that's why the slots and the accountants wants to see what is their real revenue, what did they really make, excluding the promotional things like your mystery jackpots and your voucher play. So we'll just show you a one-line entry for the gaming day, or if you choose it for a range for the whole month, we will show you per day. What was the handle for the day? What was the revenue? So the revenue is just purely what the machines made for the day. So that is purely the gameplay, so the in minus the out to give us, minus our slot shorts to give us our revenue. Then we go and deduct our mystery jackpots, because mystery jackpots are seen as a promotional type of thing where you give money to a customer through gameplay. And then we've got our voucher play, and then we get to our total revenue figure. And then at the bottom, it will give us just a summary for all the days that we've selected. Any questions? You must stop me if I'm going too fast. Okay, no questions. Okay, then, okay, there's another person that wants to join. Okay, now the next one that we want to look at is our Compact Flash, including mysteries. It's a new report that we've recently introduced. Previously, we only had our Compact Flash report, and this report has been in the system since I can remember. And all the accountants, all the slots managers always look at this report so that they can see a good breakdown of how the different denominations, which denominations gives them the most money, how things are performing. They run this on a daily basis and on a monthly basis, and for their accounting reporting, they can report on different types of things. For instance, the denomination, or they want to see the information by manufacturer, or which location in the casino is doing better. So you might want to compare your machines that's in a smoking area versus machines that's in a non-smoking area, or you want to compare the machines that's in the high player or the VIP area to the rest of your floor. So the Compact Flash report does it all. But as you'll see on this report, or the first page, it's only by denomination. Then when we go to the next page, a lot of machine types. So for this casino, this report is a little bit crowded, but they will see their information. So in this little graph, the graph doesn't do it. But they can export this and they can go and have a look at the different machine types, how the different machine types are performing against each other. Then the third page is where the third page is a continuation in this one from the Flash by machine type. The next part will be by location. So this one is a nice and easy one. They've got a poker room where they've got slot machines with just poker games, and they've got their main floor. So now they can easily compare and see which one is making the most money for them. And the last one is by manufacturer. So to analyze and see which manufacturer is more popular for the customers to play, this makes it easy to see that. Now I'll just go back to the very first part, and we just quickly go through the nice part of this report. It shows us the gross win, which is the win before we deduct slot shorts and progressives. Now we get to machine revenue, and this is where if you add slot shorts and progressive base and increment, this will be deducted to give you your machine revenue. Provisions is for when we have mystery jackpots that we provide for, so that we can put that money that we provide for the mystery into a separate account so that we've got that money available. But these days, nobody is using provisions anymore, but we have to keep this column in for the casinos that still use provisions. Then we also include the voucher play and the mystery jackpots, and then we calculate our net revenue. So the net revenue is basically your machine revenue, deduct your provisions, deduct voucher play, and deduct your mystery jackpots to get your net revenue. Then we also show the machine count to show how many machines in the different groups, because if you just analyze based on handle or gross win, the results can be a little bit skewed if you compare it against each other, but there's maybe just one machine or only 5 machines. So it helps to see how many machines are actually in this denomination, for instance, or if we have a look at the machine types, how many machines. And then the last one that I've prepared for today is what we call the revenue multi-game. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard about machines that is multi-game and multi-denomination. The closest that I can think of now is our own server-based gaming terminals that can have more than one game, and each game can have more than one denomination for the customer to play to. So they can play at a $1, they can play at a $5, they can play at a 1 cent. Now, for analysis purposes, we would like to see and like to know which machine is doing better, the game on a machine. If you've got 10 games or 50 games, which game is actually performing better than the other games on that machine, so that you can either disable all the games that's not even being played, or disable the games or add new games that you know might be performing. So it will help you to choose the game offering to your customers. And you also don't want to give 100 games to a customer, because now they sit at the machine, they go through each of the games, and it takes time. And the longer that they have to choose, or before they choose a game, is time on the device that you're not making money. So the machine is basically an employee, and you want that employee to work. So the employee works when a customer plays. So we want to keep the customer playing at the machine for as long as possible. So we don't want them to sit idle, flipping through 10 pages of games to choose a game. We'd rather want them to spend that time playing a game. So you'll see in this report, we don't have anything under the game name because that information has not been captured in Machine Manager. But what we can see is the gaming day, the machine number, the game number. So if I, for instance, on a game played Lucky Lady's Charm, for instance, if we configured that in the system at game 66 for this machine, it will show here Lucky Lady's Charm. So it's very important, and I'll show you again in Machine Manager where to go and configure that. But you'll see also that if a different denomination is played, we'll see that denomination being played as well. So if we just have a look at machine 109, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit bigger, we can see the denomination was played at 100 for game 66. And then game 64, the customer chose a game denomination of 10. We can see the handle basically by game and by denomination. We can see the win. We can see how many games were actually played. We can see what the average bet of the customer was. We can see the hold percentage of the machine. We can see the different cabinets, the game names, the game types, where it's located, who's the manufacturer. And you'll see that this report is quite big. I have to scroll a lot, and if I just go whole page, you'll see everything is just crammed into the report. So this report is made for export purposes. Let me just make it a little bit smaller. So to use this report, it's best to export it into Excel so that you can do your analysis there. And to export the report, we simply click on the Export Report button. We choose Excel Workbook Data Only with a .xlsx extension, and we can change the name. And I'm going to save it. And it is now, I don't have access to that directory. Sorry guys, I should have practiced that before this live QA session, but you get the gist of the functionality of this report. So please give me some questions. Tell me if there's something else I can explain. So let me just get back to the meeting contacts, the participants. I'm going to stop my share for now. Yes. Okay. Ian Walker. Thanks, we'll do. My mic seems to have issues. Sorry, Ian. You'll just have to type your questions for us. Welcome, Elijah. Hi, Lenny. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Biscuit.
Okay, for those that haven't seen me
Hello.
before, I'll just put my video on quickly.
Hello.
Can you see me? I don't think so.
Yes.
Okay, I can't see myself, but yes. Hello, here is me. That's Marie. That's Biscuit. So I'm just going to stop my video share now. Otherwise, it just hogs the internet. Okay, so guys, I know I've gone through some of the reports very quickly. If you want, I can share my screen again and you can choose another report that you would like to look at. How does that sound? Okay, Ian is asking, on the multi-game report, does game number reflect only active games on the machine? Ian, it will reflect only the games that was actually played for that time period. So if you've machine has got 50 games and only 2 of them were played, it will only show those 2 for that day that was played. Okay, cool. Anyone else with a question? Hi, Cliff. Sure. Nobody wants to talk to me.
You've bamboozled everyone with your report skills, Marie.
Or I just maybe shocked them that they, oh my word, I don't know what to ask. Don't put me on the spot.
I think that's the more likely, yeah.
Guys, we still have a couple of minutes left, but I want to ask you, maybe for a next chat that we do you want to submit some of the reports that you would like to look at, or should we choose some of the others that we didn't go through today and do them as a separate session?
I think it's excellent. Let people submit their reports that they bamboozle with, and then do questions about those. It will benefit everyone.
Okay, great. Thanks, Lenny. Let's have a look. We've got Elijah. Elijah, don't think we've met. Where are you from?
When you say Elijah, you're talking to me?
Yes. Or Elia. Sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry.
I'm from Zimbabwe.
You're from Zimbabwe. Welcome.
Yeah.
So, you I think are still on a very old ACE release, so some of these reports might seem a little bit strange, but hopefully we can upgrade you soon. Then you'll also have these fun reports.
All right.
Marie, just a word, it's not true. He's not from Zimbabwe. He's from the Bronx at the end of Malta.
Oh, damn. So he's lying to me.
Well, he's actually one of us now.
You're naughty. Okay, well, even if you were from Zimbabwe, welcome. The fact that you're now in Malta, originally from there. Okay, at least you escaped.
Yeah, Flo has adopted me.
Okay, well, that's good. At least you were adopted. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, it's got to be the time that we've got is a bit short with the 40 minutes that we're given with a free session. It will be interesting to get you guys to send in some questions, some of the reports that you might have seen in ACE, and maybe send some questions. And then we could look at it in another session, go through some of your questions that you've got, even if it's, what does this terminology mean? What does it mean if you have the word match play, or what is the vouchers, or things like that?
Yeah, I think that'll be good, Biscuit, because it's like double up. You know, it's not double up per se, but people think it has to be a double up voucher. It's not like that.
Okay.
So.
What we could also do, Laurie just mentioned about the BI tool. I think another session, maybe the next one, we can do on the BI tool, because it fits in nicely with the machine analysis that we've done, the reports that we've done, and show you the flexibility that is in the BI tool for you to basically generate your own report with the columns that you want, export it to Excel, and do your analysis there. What do you guys think? Maybe that should be the next QA session.
Yeah, I think that will be good.
Hey, Marie. Sorry, I don't know what happened. My internet went a bit weird, so it wouldn't let me unmute myself. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to join your last session, so I don't know. I wasn't sure if you had spoken about that yet, but yeah, I think that would be a great one to go through.
Oh, that's
probably
good.
A lot of people haven't really had much exposure to it, so maybe that's a good one to go through.
That's a great one. I think that will definitely be our next QA session, and I think that is something that, because it's so new, people didn't or don't have a good understanding of how it works. It does look very daunting when you open it up the first time. I think that'll be a great one for our next one. I see Ian says, yeah, he's happy with that. Cliff also says it's a good idea. So I think that is going to be our next one. And I think you guys will be amazed with the BI tool. And let me just quickly give you a rundown on the BI tool. The BI tool, basically, the idea was to give the customer the flexibility to kind of do his own report. Because as you saw with our report that we did for instance, the top and bottom machines, every report was just looking at it differently. Sorting on the handle, sorting on the win, by the denominations. So for every little change, we would need to do a new report. Now, with the BI tool, you can get the raw data and you can basically put your report in any kind of way that you want to see it. So it gives a lot of flexibility to the operators to do their own reporting and their own analysis. And don't worry, the formulas for the revenue calculations are in there already. So you don't have to, what do I need to deduct here to get to this report or to get to this value? So all of that is already done. And Lenny says, Ian, please get all the guys from your side to also sign up for these training sessions.
Okay, we have another person or two in Malta. Shall we sign them up too?
Yes, please. The more the merrier.
Okay. In the next email, I'll tell Grant to invite them too.
Yes, that'll be great. Even your customers, even your customers in Suriname or the Philippines, anyone is more than welcome to join in on these sessions.
Thanks, Marie.
Okay, guys, I think this was a short and sweet one. Thank you for your time, for joining us for this QA session. And I'm sure we will keep on going with this. And I think we'll all be able to learn from each other and from different areas when we get the support guys and the guys from all over the world involved. I think that will benefit a lot of us just to be able to ask questions or maybe send a report that you want us to talk about, or if you've got a request on maybe how to set up vouchers or things like that, promotional type of things. Send us through those requests, and maybe we can vote on it somewhere and we can see how we can go from there. Okay. Yes, Cliff, I will put a recording of this on the training portal, and anyone that you want to share and tell them, go to the training portal. We schedule our live training sessions there as well. So they can sign up, they can click on the link to join, and if they missed it, they can always go and have a look at the recording. Well, thank you very much, guys. Zoom is telling me we've got 10 more minutes. So if there's nothing else, nobody else wants to ask questions or anything, or have any comments, I think we can say goodbye for today.
Goodbye, Marie, and thank you once again.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, Fleur. Thanks, Marjorie. Thanks,
Thanks for
everyone.
your time.
Thanks for
Marie.
your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marie.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.